mentioned Tahrir Square. There were also street protests and violence, when you were in Venezuela last month. Tell us what happened. You were there, I guess, February 12th when things began to really change.
Well, yes. Look, it's a difficult time in my country. And I can say, first of all, that I believe in the right of people to protest, because these are right. And I think what is important in this moment is to sit and to think. You have two ways to react: by instinct or by the reason. I love to think, because it's, in a way, what I do all the time, sitting with a score there and reading and thinking and imagining what I want to have from the orchestra. And it's a moment in my country that you have these two options. And for me, this last month have been not easy. But at the same time, I have been thinking and learning and thinking why, how, when, all of these questions that you can have naturally when you try to think, even if I'm not a philosopher. First, I'm not a philosopher, I'm not a politician, I'm not a doctor, I'm a musician, a simple musician. But if I can say something, is that we need to sit and to respect what the other think, because at the end, that is democracy. At the end, democracy is, you can think in one way, he can think, all of us, we can think in another way, and you have to respect that, because for that, you have the rules that you have created for a country, for a community, even for a family. This happens also in the families. And it's a moment that, we need dialogue. We have to sit. Of course, we have many things to improve. I think, I was thinking also, Venezuela is a very young country. If you see the history of Venezuela, these past 200 years, it's a short history. It's an history of, of evolution. But still, I see Venezuela as a beautiful teenager that is trying to find the way how to live. And in this world that we have so many possibilities, especially the reason. Reason, who have the reason? The reason is something very subjective. It's something like, I can have the reason, but somebody can come and he have his own truth. And I have to respect that, in that sense. So what I want to say is that, honestly, I condemn, strongly violence, completely, coming from wherever it's coming from. Because through violence, we will not arrive to any point. Because this cannot be the example for our children. If I react with violence, what my children will do? They will react with violence. So, for me, have been a month of thinking, reflecting. It's a time for my country for reflection, for dialogue, very sincere dialogue, respectful, and that's it. When I was reading Candide by Voltaire, I was so connected to Pangloss, that is this philosopher that he believed that we are living the best world that we can live. And I believe that. Because it's our life. We are living this world. And we have to feel all the elements of this life. Suffer, happiness, all these kind of human elements that you need. And I think, well, is this. I believe that my country will grow up from this moment and will be better. It's my honest and unique, simple idea. You know, it's very simple.
But laying aside politics and whether somebody supported the policies of a Chavez or Maduro, you know, there have been a lot of questions about the government response to the protests, in which 25 people have been killed. Human Rights Watch said that there was excessive force and that journalists were being pressured or silenced in some ways. Is there some point at which thinking and reflecting might give way to, you know, a stronger statement?
I told you. I told you already.
Yeah.
I condemn violence from wherever it's coming from.
Do you think it's coming more from one side than the other side?
Completely. We will not solve our problems with violence. Nothing. And honestly, this is something that we have to think not only about a community, about a country. We have to think in this way for our world. Because we are living only one world. And we have two options also. My life changed when I had a child, completely. Because for me, I was thinking for me. You know, it was an individual feeling. I wanted to do things for me, and for me, and for me, and that was. Now, this for me disappeared completely. Because I see the eyes of my child. And for him, I wish and I try to build the best world that I can build for him. I do through music. That is my element, my instrument is music. And it's what I do. You know, when we play for an audience in my country, in the audience we have sitting people that they think differently, completely differently. They have different social position. They can be poor, they can have money, they can be in religion, they can think differently, politically they can think. But when we are playing there, they are united. Mm-hmm. And they don't think in that. So, el sistema in Venezuela is a symbol of union. Mm-hmm. And that is not something dreamly and, oh my God, yes, that can be lovely to say, but what we are living. Yes, we are living moments. But we have to know that we have to get united to work, because it's only one country. It's only one country, and it's only one world at the end.